5 million Israelis were forced into shelters as the IRGC's 91st wave of attacks sent a new shock through the country. Iran punishes Israel with ultra-heavy missiles, striking with force that sends a stark warning across the region. Iran's missiles leave Israel reeling from fires, craters, and widespread destruction in the aftermath of the strikes. Trump's threats backfire, and Israel pays the price as Iran's anger turns into a devastating military response. Iran escalates tensions after Trump's bombing back to the Stone Age remark, responding with a sharper and more aggressive stance.
Tonight, I'm pleased to say that these core strategic objectives are nearing completion. As we celebrate this progress, we think especially of the 13 American warriors who have laid down their lives in this fight to prevent our children from ever having to face a nuclear Iran.
We will spare you the trouble. Do not count our missiles, drones, and strategic equipment, because you will certainly be mistaken and get nowhere. Donald Trump's claims about Iran's war games were met with fresh IRGC strikes on U.S. and Israeli targets, as the confrontation grew even more intense. On April 2nd, the IRGC said Wave 91 of Operation True Promise 4 hit Tel Aviv and Haifa hard, delivering another powerful round in the ongoing attack. Iran claimed the strikes forced millions of Israeli settlers into underground bunkers, as civilians rushed for cover during the missile assault. The IRGC said Tel Aviv, Hamakim, and Ben Gurion Airport were among the targets, marking a direct hit on some of Israel's most sensitive sites. Iran said military gathering points in Tel Aviv, Haifa, Eilat, the Negev, and Beersheba were hit, widening the scope of the strikes across multiple regions. Israeli broadcaster Kan said an Iranian ballistic missile caused significant damage, with the strike leaving visible destruction in its wake. Hours later, another Iranian missile slammed into Petah Tikva, leaving behind a large crater and deepening the damage on the ground. IRGC in a statement said, IRGC Aerospace Force fighters, alongside the brave fighters of Yemen, conducted Wave 91 of Operation True Promise 4. The attack targeted and destroyed the Israeli regime's force deployment centers, military-industrial companies, and support equipment in the western regions of Tel Aviv and the port of Eilat using long-range liquid and solid-fuel, ultra-heavy missile systems. The sound of massive consecutive explosions in the center and heart of Israel, and the rush of more than 5 million people to underground shelters eliminated the possibility of censorship and distortion of the battle scene realities by Israeli intelligence services. The continuous, combined, and comprehensive operations of this wave against Israeli and American targets in the region continues, and supplementary information will be presented to the noble nation of Iran. The Yemen front said it joined Iran and Hezbollah in a joint strike on Tel Aviv's Jaffa region, marking a wider and more coordinated escalation. The IRGC said the Houthis launched attacks toward Israeli territories and Dimona, expanding the threat to more strategic areas. The Iran-backed militia claimed it fired a missile at what it called vital Israeli enemy targets in Tel Aviv, adding more pressure to the region. IRGC coordinated missile and drone strikes targeted Israeli and U.S. forces across the region, widening the conflict far beyond the original battlefield. Iran's army said it launched drone strikes on U.S. fighter jets at Al-Azraq Air Base in Jordan, aiming to disrupt enemy air power in the region. Iran said U.S. bases at Ahmed al-Jabeh, Ali al-Salem, and al-Kharj were hit by heavy missile strikes, as the attacks spread across multiple military sites. The IRGC said the Al-Dafra early warning radar in the UAE was destroyed in the attack wave, dealing another blow to regional defense systems. The Iranian army said its Al-Azraq drone strike aimed to weaken enemy air power in Jordan, framing the operation as a direct military response. The attacks come amid a war of words between U.S. and Iranian leadership, with tensions rising on both the battlefield and the political stage. IRGC's Qatem al-Anbiya spokesperson threatened the U.S. with a deadly hidden missile, adding to the pressure and uncertainty. Ebrahim Zolfagari taunted Trump, saying U.S. intelligence on Iran's military capabilities was incomplete, in a sharp message aimed at Washington. As we stated before, we declare to the American Zionist enemies, your information about our military capability, power, and equipment is incomplete. You know nothing of our vast and strategic capacities. Do not hope that you have destroyed our centers for producing strategic missiles, long-range offensive and precision-guided drones, modern air defense systems, electronic warfare systems, and our specialized equipment because with such assumptions, you will only further increase the depth of the swamp in which you have trapped yourselves. The centers you believe you have targeted are insignificant, and our strategic military production takes place in locations you are completely unaware of and will never be able to reach. We will spare you the trouble. Do not count our missiles, drones, and strategic equipment, because you will certainly be mistaken and get nowhere. You must pay the price for the aggression that you initiated against the honorable, noble, and Muslim nation. With trust in Almighty God, this war will continue until your humiliation, disgrace, lasting regret, and eventual surrender are certain. Following the continuation of the heavy and unimaginable blows and strikes you have already received, expect even more forceful, broader, and more destructive actions from us. Earlier, U.S. War Secretary Hegseth also mocked Iran in an X post, using the back to the Stone Age remark to sharply escalate the rhetoric. The same message was echoed by Donald Trump in a speech earlier on April 1st, reinforcing the hardline tone from Washington.
Tonight, Iran's Navy is gone. Their Air Force is in ruins. Their leaders, most of them, terrorist regime they led, are now dead. Their command and control of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is being decimated as we speak. Their ability to launch missiles and drones is dramatically curtailed, and their weapons, factories, and rocket launchers are being blown to pieces. Very few of them left. Never in the history of warfare has an enemy suffered such clear and devastating large-scale losses in a matter of weeks. Our enemies are losing in America, as it has been for 5 years under my presidency, is winning, and now winning bigger than ever before. I've made clear from the beginning of Operation Epic Fury that we will continue until our objectives are fully achieved. Thanks to the progress we've made, I can say tonight that we are on track to complete all of America's military objectives shortly, very shortly. We're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong. In the meantime, discussions are ongoing. Regime change was not our goal. We never said regime change, but regime change has occurred because of all of their original leaders' death. They're all dead. The new group is less radical and much more reasonable. Yet if during this period of time no deal is made, we have our eyes on key targets. If there is no deal, we are going to hit each and every one of their electric generating plants very hard and probably simultaneously. We have not hit their oil, even though that's the easiest target of all, because it would not give them even a small chance of survival or rebuilding. But we could hit it, and it would be gone, and there's not a thing they could do about it. They have no anti-aircraft equipment. Their radar is 100% annihilated. We are unstoppable as a military force. The nuclear sites that we obliterated with the B-2 bombers have been hit so hard that it would take months to get near the nuclear dust, and we have it under intense satellite surveillance and control. If we see them make a move, even a move for it, we'll hit them with missiles very hard again. We have all the cards, they have none. It's very important that we keep this conflict in perspective. American involvement in World War I lasted 1 year, 7 months, and 5 days. World War II lasted for 3 years, 8 months, and 25 days. The Korean War lasted for 3 years, 1 month, and 2 days. The Vietnam War lasted for 19 years, 5 months, and 29 days. Iraq went on for 8 years, 8 months, and 28 days. We are in this military operation, so powerful, so brilliant, against one of the most powerful countries for 32 days. And the country has been eviscerated and essentially is really no longer a threat. They were the bully of the Middle East, but they're the bully no longer. This is a true investment in your children and your grandchildren's future. The whole world is watching, and they can't leave the power, strength, and brilliance. They just can't believe what they're seeing. They leave it to your imagination, but they can't believe what they're seeing, the brilliance of the United States military. Tonight, every American can look forward to a day when we are finally free from the wickedness of Iranian aggression and the specter of nuclear blackmail. Because of the actions we have taken, we are on the cusp of ending Iran's sinister threat to America and the world. And I'll tell you, the world is watching. And when we do, when it's all over, the United States will be safer, stronger, more prosperous, and greater than it has ever been before. May God bless the men and women of the United States Armed Forces, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much, and good night.